This is Alex Harris.
And I'm Brett Harris.
And this is a recitation from the Aeneid by Virgil.
And we're recording it for Dr. Stephen Hake's Western Literature 1 class.
They were all under sail in open water, with Sicily just out of sight astern. Light-hearted as they plowed the white-capped sea with stems of cutting bronze, but never free of her eternal inward wound, the goddess said to herself,
"Give up what I began? Am I defeated? Am I impotent to keep the king of Teucrians from Italy? The fates forbid me, am I to suppose? Could Pallas then consume the Argive fleet with fire and drown the crew because of one man's one mad act, the crime of Ajax, son of Oileus? She, yes she, hurled out of cloudland lancing fire for Jove, scattered the ships, roughed up the sea gales, and caught the man, bolt struck and exhaling flame, in a whirlwind, and impaled him on a rock. But I, who walk as queen of all the gods, sister and wife of Jove, I must contend for years with one people. Who will adore the name of Juno after this, or pour an offering with prayer upon her altar?"
Smoldering, putting these questions to herself, the goddess made her way to Stormcloud country, Aeolia, the weather-breeding isle. Here in a vast cavern, King Aeolus rules the contending winds and moaning gales as warden of their prison. Round the walls they chafe and bluster underground. The din makes a great mountain murmur overhead. High on a citadellan throne, scepter in hand, he mollifies their fury, lest they should flay the sea or sweep away land masses or deep sky through empty air. In fear of this, Jupiter hid them away in caverns of black night, and set above them granite of high mountains, and a king, empowered at command to rein them in or let them go. It was to this king that Juno now made her petition.
"Aeolus, the father of gods and men, decreed and fixed your power to calm the waves or make them rise in wind. The race I hate is crossing the Tuscan Sea, transporting Ilium and her household gods, beaten as they are, to Italy. Put new fury into your winds, make the longships founder, drive them off course, throw bodies in the sea. I have 14 exquisite nymphs, of whom the loveliest by far, Diopia, shall be your very own. I shall join the two of you in marriage, so she shall spend all future years with you and make you the father of her lovely children."
"To settle on what you wish is all you need to do, your majesty. I must perform it. You have given me what realm I have. By your good offices I rule by Jove's consent, and I recline with the gods at feast, for you have made me lord of wind and cloud."
Spear half reversed, he gave the hollow mountainside a stroke, and, where a portal opened, winds in ranks as though drawn up for battle, hurtled out over the earth in hurricane. Over the sea, tossed up from the sea depths, squall upon squall came scudding down, blowing high cumbers shoreward.
Meanwhile, Neptune became aware of hurly-burly and tempest overhead, bringing commotion to the deep-sea depth and rousing him. He lifted his calm brow above the surface and viewed the great sea, saw Aeneas' squadron dispersed far and wide, the Trojans overwhelmed, the ruining clouds of heaven, and saw his angry sister's hand in all. He called to him east wind and south wind and said,
"Are you so sure your line is privileged? How could you dare to cause such confusion in heaven on earth by no will of mine, and cause such trouble? You will get from me. Help us. But first, to calm the rough sea. After this, you'll pay a stricter penalty for your sins. Power over the sea and the cruel tridents were never your king's by destiny. They were mine. Tell Aeolus to ruffle in his hall alone and lord it over winds shut in their prison."
Before the words were out, he calmed the surging waters, drove the clouds away, and brought sunlight back. Simitho and Triton side by side worked to heave the rough ship off of the ground. Then Neptune with his trident heaved them away, opened the miles of shoals, calmed the sea, and in his car departed, gliding over the wave tops on light wheels.